Hi again. How are you? Normally in this lecture, I want to finalize the idea or the important information about surface area and volume for a given solid as a review from grade 9. So normally we should know that we have a prism. What we mean by prism, we have a right prisms or oblique prism. However, a prism is a solid having lateral having rectangles as lateral surfaces. So normally, if we consider these are the bases, the right side and the hand side, the left side, the left face are the bases. So normally, the lateral one is the top, the bottom, the front, and the back. So normally, if we have lateral faces as rectangles, so normally it is a prism. But from the basis, we can indicate its nature. It is a rectangular prism because also the bases are rectangle. So normally we have right prisms and oblique prisms. It is easy to know. A prism, we have a prism because the lateral one are rectangles. All the lateral are rectangles, but the bases are like parallelograms. Okay. Also, we have like a triangular prism. We have a cylinder. Okay. So, how to calculate the surface area for a solid? We say surface area and not the area. For the area is dedicated only for plane shape, or we can say for shapes. Okay, for two-dimensional shapes. But for three-dimensional solids, we use surface areas because we want to sum all the areas of all faces. First of all, we can identify all the faces of the given solid. Then we calculate the area of each face. Then we add these areas to obtain the surface area of the whole solid. Okay, so normally we can draw the net or we can imagine it to identify the faces. We can take the bottom face as a reference to draw the bases next. So normally they ask us here for example, to indicate or to nominate the solid here. So normally we have 1, 2, 3. We have a 3 lateral rectangular faces. So normally it is a prism with 2 identical triangles. So these are the bases. So normally we have a triangular prism. We have a triangular prism. We have a rectangular prism. So how to calculate the surface area of each prism? It is very easy because we have a bottom, and top. In the bottom and the top are identical here with an area equal. So normally the bottom is a rectangle. 5 length, breadth 4 are identical. So 5 by 4, that's the area of each one of these faces. We have also the right side, the left side are identical. So normally with an area equal to 6 by 4, we have a 6. We have a 6 at the length, we have a 4 at the breadth, so 6 by 4 for each of these faces. And we have a front and we have a back. For the front, we have a 6 by 5. So normally we can add 2 by the double of the bottom area, the double of the right area, the double of the front area to obtain 148 centimeters squared. And that is the same story for the second example. And also you can use these ideas here that we mentioned before to calculate the area of a metal is required for the tank. So normally we wanted to use to construct a closed metal tank with these dimensions. So we have also rectangular prism like we had before. So normally you can use the same strategy, bottom and top, right and left, front and back, and then a summation to obtain the surface area of the given tank. What about the volume? Normally we use area of a base by the height. So we search for the cross-sectional area. So normally the cross-sectional area, when we cross it or when we divide it to obtain uniform cross sections. Okay, we have, if we so normally this base as a we can consider it as a cross section, because if we cross this shape and different levels, we will obtain a uniform cross section to this one. So normally it is the area of the base by the height. And in this cylinder, this is the cross section, the circle. So normal area of the circle by the height, and so on. So it is easy also to calculate it. For example, they ask us here to find the surface area and volume of this closed cylinder. So a cylinder, we want to find the surface area, then the volume. Surface area, normally we have the lateral, it is a rectangle of the breadth 5 centimeter, and with the lateral side, it is equal to 2 pi r by h. Okay, h is the 5 centimeter at the breadth, plus two circles in the bottom and in the top, so 2 by the area of the circle pi r squared to obtain the surface area. How about the volume? The area of the circle by the height is a pi r squared by h. So normally it is equal to 700 centimeter cubed, because we know that the matrix system of the volume is different from the area, and the area is also different from the matrix system of the length. So normally centimeter cubed. Okay, and I mentioned here some hint to calculate the volumes of the following solids. For example, in the first example, we have a composite solid, like a house, pattern of a house. We can do a cross, or we can partition this one to obtain two different solid. In the top, we can calculate the volume of triangular prism here. Okay, this triangular prism, we can use the base, this shape, and we can use the height, this one. And in the bottom, we have rectangular prism. Okay, rectangular prism with all the dimension are clear. We have a 4, we have a 6, and we have a 8, and we can use the base as this one. And by the height, we equal to 8 centimeter. What about the following? The next one, we have a sector as a base. It is a portion of a cylinder. So normally we have a base here. The cross section is that one, so we can use it as a base, consider it as a base. So it is the area of the sector, as we explained in the previous session, how to calculate. It is alpha pi r squared over 360. Okay, the area of the sector, and we have here alpha is 70. By the height is this one, 7. So normally it is very easy. Don't forget that pi is 3.14, and or you can use the calculator to calculate the final result. These are the information that we want to explain about area, surface area, and volume as a review of the grade 9. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.